My name is Martha Villavicencio. I've been in San Diego since October of 1973. I went to school here at Chula Vista High. I actually just graduated college in 2015. I got my bachelor's in business administration, so that background has helped me with paperwork for Albert and guide him in certain areas that sometimes can be unclear.
A little bit of background about myself. Let me see, I was born in '93. When I went to college, I was 18, just out of high school, and I went straight from San Diego to New York City. And to describe it to you, it's literally something out of a movie. I had a suitcase, a duffel bag, a backpack, and I'm walking around New York City. In my time there, it was just learning about different cuisines, because I had gone for culinary. I didn't really go for baking. And it just changed the landscape for me, because I thought I wanted to go for cooking. I started falling in love with front of house service and how the hospitality industry in the front of house was just so much more people, and you're actually seeing their reactions to their food, their experiences. And so I made a little transition from the kitchen to the front of the house, and I started learning more about wines, and that was my bachelor's degree. That was literally my bachelor's degree in a nutshell. It was hospitality, management, and food and beverage. And that basically started my culinary journey. But for me, cookies always brought back a little bit of happiness. And so that's why I'm just like, let me figure out what I like. And cookies was that thing. When we were in the pandemic, I basically had to come back home because the entire New York City shut down and I was out of a job. And when I started making these, I was just like, wow, this is a pretty good cookie. And then she reinforced that, was just like, you should sell these. This is a great idea. So we went rolling with it.
And Albert has that ability with his cooking and with his cookies. While it might be just a cookie, it's also providing him a future, and it's providing him with a sense of self, and it's also a sense of community, because cookies, bring families together. So, I try to give him that guidance, that wisdom that I have. So cookies for him just symbolize happiness, I think, and I think that's what he's trying to do with his cookies, is bring a little bit of joy and happiness into families, into homes, into businesses, because we've been very fortunate where we've had court reporters order cookies, and court reporters, provide those cookies to their clients, so they have a little bit of fun and joy in that moment. So it's really something that Albert's been able to create. It was an idea. As the pandemic stretched, it became difficult, and we started realizing it was going to be a long-term thing, so he had to do something. We were very fortunate that licenses, cottage licenses, became available for small business owners, and that gave him that window of opportunity to start his business. And we're very fortunate for that, because it got him very excited, and he's like, I could do this, I could do that, and I'm like, yeah. And so slowly we've been introducing new flavors every month, and we're getting creative with those cookies.
Honestly, I took all the negative out of it and I was just like, this is the positive thing. I have to see it as a positive thing, and it gave me the time, the energy, the support to actually go and do something. It's actually a lot. It's supposed to be a play on everyone's names because we have my dad Alberto, myself Albert, and then my brother Alex, and it all just worked out that we're the three Owls. It's just a nice way to like pay homage to my family. That's where Big Al's Baking Company comes from. I want Big Al's to be bi-coastal. I want one in New York City, I want one in Chicago, I want one all over the country.
Don't be afraid. If you have an idea, make it a reality. It's not always going to be perfect on the first try, but if you don't do it, you will regret it because you're always going to wonder the what ifs, the hows, it could have, maybe. Don't. Just do it. If it doesn't work, then you know what went wrong and you can do it again. If you have the will and the passion for it, then you can, sometimes in business you just have to switch. You have to move things around. Not everything works on the first try.
Plan it out and take it step by step instead of thinking it as instead of just like
Baby steps.
Baby steps. Take it from the small picture to a big picture, You're at this point right now, you're just starting. If you're doing food, you're recipe testing, you're costing out that recipe to see how much it's gonna cost you to make. You're thinking about where am I gonna get my product from, and you're thinking about where am I gonna store it, and how it's gonna come to you. Don't expect everything all at once, That's the moment that you break yourself. For me, organic and sustainability coincide with each other. That's the way we have to think, because as we like to think the earth is unlimited and bountiful, there, for me, I think is a breaking point. And if we can make small steps towards that and being eco-friendly in everything that we do, then I'm gonna try it.